Look mate, next Wednesday you have to wear this kit. Oh. Yo, what's going on people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you are all doing well today, my friends. I really do hope that... Ooh, how do we feel? Real Madrid Chelsea 1. A draw away in Madrid at their Pony B-Team Stadium. A scintillating start from the Blues. A superb goal from Captain America. A brilliant goal from Karim Benzema. And a rain-doused sort of slightly more conservative second half. Look man, both teams will take it because Chelsea have an away goal and they haven't lost the game, but Real Madrid will absolutely back themselves to score one goal at Stamford Bridge, and then they're ahead, and then if they score more away goals, they have the advantage. So it's a result both will take, I think. This, of course, is your match review. I'm going to do if I can talk, I'm going to do a deep dive-ish into the game, tell you what happened, tell you my thoughts on it, go through player performances, and we're going to have a lovely time. Subscribe if you're new to this channel, Football Therapy, and you might enjoy, and you think you might enjoy daily CFC content. Drop a like on this video if you think it's a favourable or decent result for the Blues as we get into today's match review. Right then, the headlines were written and I was terrified that Eden Hazard might start this game, but he didn't. Zinedine Zidane did go for a back three system and tried to match up Thomas Tuchel's tricky Blues. In the opening sort of half an hour-ish, I guess, Chelsea were entirely dominant, were all over Real Madrid, and we looked so much more superior and kind of made them look a lot like old men. We achieved a goal and opening the scoring with a beautiful Antonio Rudiger long ball over the top, taken down by Christian Pulisic, who sort of bides his time, wait for the defenders of Iran to go into goal, cut in, hit it, deflected in, superb. Excellent goal! And that really personified us in the first half. Not necessarily the long ball, but just moving around quickly. And by the way, Antonio Rudiger deserves extreme amounts of props in terms of his long passes. They've come a long way. Oh, there's a pun in there. Anyway, Chelsea should be 2, maybe even 3 goals up. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. And Real Madrid equalise in the first half via Karim Benzema. Ball comes into the box, bibbidi-bob, bibbidi-boop. Falls to Benzema, he takes it on his head, he heads it to himself. He doesn't take it down and volley it, he almost heads it to himself in the air, spins and volleys. His body shape is incredible of how he takes that goal. He's an elite striker, of course, one of the greats, a superb goal. Maybe Chelsea could have been doing a little bit better in the box, but in terms of how he manoeuvres and deals with what very little he has, it was incredible from Karim Benzema. And this is what we expect from Real Madrid. They're a team of Galacticos, seasoned senior Galacticos. Chelsea are exciting and young and pacey with loads of talent, but we haven't gelled, we haven't got experience, we haven't got the long-term chemistry, and kind of, for all those reasons, this is why I wasn't actually that nervous about the game. I was like, it's a mental season, coach came in halfway through the season, loads of young players, changed system, there's loads of different variables involved, and I was just thinking, you know what man, I'm not nervous, I don't think it's a free hit, I want to win, but if we were 6 years into the Tuchel project, waiting for the semi-final with a seasoned team that know how to play with each other, full stadiums, I'd feel more of the pressure, but I didn't because of all the aforementioned reasons. Anyway, 1-1 at half-time. The second half is a little bit more conservative with a few sort of pressured moments from both teams. It was a lot more equal in the second half. Chelsea dominated the first, and ultimately, apart from a little bit of nervous time at the end for Real Madrid getting the ball in our box a little bit when Hazard came on, nothing too much happened. Probably should have got another goal in the second half though. Let's take a look at this who scored match graphic and see who featured in this game. No surprises with Edouard Mendy in goal. I did think Azpilicueta would be in the back three, but it was the same lineup as West Ham. Thiago Silva flanked by both Christensen and Rudiger. Jorjante in the midfield, Azpilicueta and Chilwell as wingbacks. Mason Mount playing behind Timo Werner and the goal scorer Christian Pulisic. Now, rather interestingly, Mason Mount wasn't playing as a sort of false nine, playing in the half spaces as you usually see that role in the Premier League. He was much deeper. It was a 3-5-2, much like what Zinedine Zidane played with Real Madrid. More tactically resolute, I suppose, and yes, and of course Azpilicueta is a more defensive selection. Personally, in hindsight, which is always 2020, I would have liked to have seen Reece James start. But hey, it was a good performance and we moved. So let's talk about player performances now and get through it. Eddie Mendy was pretty good, I think. I know it came out so quickly, but I wonder if he could at least raise a hand to Karim Benzema's goal. I'm not so sure. And of course, when Benzema hit that long shot and it hit the post, Mendy was nowhere near it. But despite that, I don't think he had a bad game at all. Few good claims. Whether he made many saves, I'm not too sure. Played the ball around around the back well, so I'm actually pretty happy with Mendy's performance. Similarly, the back three were all imperious and excellent, and I mean all of them actually. Andreas Christensen's winning so many aerial duels now, and his spatial awareness is excellent. He's looking superb. Thiago Silva, incredible when he knows when to go, when to come, when to do everything. And Antonio Rudiger, good defensively, loads of forward driving runs, as well as good distribution, and of course assisted Christian Pulisic's goal. Both the midfielders were decent. Kante had moments of brilliance. He also had that massive mistake in the first half where Jorginho bailed him out, where, you can imagine that's role reversal there. You don't ever see that from Kante. Ran forward, he did some really good gallivanting into the final third, but his passing's still a little bit off, and generally, his defensive game was pretty immaculate as per the norm. Jorginho wasn't particularly inspirational for me, but I saw him do a few misplaced and overcooked passes as well. And usually he's pretty good at passing, but I think he was concentrating well like the rest of the team in terms of nullifying Real Madrid when we could, and in the opening 30 minutes, like everyone else, he was very good. Chilwell was pretty decent. I think he's got the capacity to have really, really good games, Ben Chilwell. And when he doesn't, I think I'm judging him too harshly, or I wonder if I am. I feel like he could have done better in this game, because I'm a fan of his, and you just have these moments where he slows the game down too much, or he doesn't have the confidence to make that final action, which is disappointing, but I don't think he had a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. Azpilicueta for me was frustrating at right wing back. He made a couple of runs in behind that he wasn't passed to, but I think people are just so inclined not to pass to Azpilicueta past the back line that they just inherently and naturally don't do it. I don't like him at right wing back. I don't really want to see him there again, but whatever. I mean, he's serviceable there, but I think we lose too much with Reece James not being there, especially if we're happy to play Hudson-Odoi there. Be more offensive. Reece James is good defensively too. Anyway, whatever. Christian Pulisic, obviously very good, took his goal very well. He's high confidence at the moment, and that's exactly why he needs to be in the team. Mason Mount, very, very good as well. In that first half an hour, he looked like he was enjoying the show, semi-final Champions League, just strolling forwards with the ball past Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, Mason Mount just strolling through, having a lovely, ruddy time. So I love to see that. So do you. Timo Werner often making the right runs. A few balls were overcooked to him by, different people, Jorginho, Kante, and I think also Pulisic as well that he couldn't get onto. I think he missed a sitter. He also did a wayward shot when he absolutely should have played in, one of the left forwards. So you compare Benzema to Werner, and they could not be further away. Not in talent or ability, even though you might argue something similar, but in terms of confidence, I think Werner's very talented, but if you compare his confidence level to Karim Benzema in terms of finishing, it's mad. Anyway, we saw plenty of substitutions. Reece James did come on to try and work the flank a little bit. We saw Kai Havertz came on, didn't do too much, Hakim Ziyech similarly, and really the game just fizzled out. So let's just talk about this result and what it means a little bit more now. A few years ago, or in a normal scenario, situation, season, I'd say this is a really good result. The away goal, first leg, you take it back to Stamford Bridge to resolve the tie in the second leg, you got an away goal, superb, good. But something feels different about this season, and indeed that result. Like I said, if Real Madrid score first next Wednesday, they'll be bang, bang, we're in the driving seat, even if we might score again, and if you score again, you have to score two. Do you know what I mean? So then, in a way, it's almost psychologically more commanding for Real Madrid in some weird universe. Basically, we can't play for a 0-0 at Stamford Bridge, so it's kind of a result that both teams will take, and it's acceptable. I'm very pleased that we went toe-to-toe with this current Real Madrid team that are in really good form. And by the way, that's the first goal they've conceded in over 400 minutes, Real Madrid, that Pulisic scored, so that is superb. So, I should be happy. I am happy, but I just don't want to get too jacked up because, if it was 1-0 like it was Atletico Madrid away, I'd be way more, excited. Or, I don't know, if we could just have robbed a 2-1, I would be so jacked, you know what I mean? I'd be so excited and amped up. But, whatever, not meant to be. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Good result. Not necessarily amazing. Tell me your thoughts down there. Like the video if you've enjoyed my content today. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you tomorrow, my friends. Enjoy the football. See you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living. I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.